Let's solve this one. White to move and draw. Endgame time. It seems wherever the king or the white king goes, it's draw. Actually, no. We have king b5, king b4, and king b3, and only one good square to lead to a draw game. Other two will lead to a lose game. So let's analyze one by one. Let's go first. King to b5, and this square will lead to a lose game. Why? The king will not just go straight forward capturing the pawn. No, the king will go king f2, trying to at least challenge the white king. King c5. Of course, the white king will try to save the pawn, or if possible to attack the g7 pawn. But of course, let's see. King f3, king d4, king f4, and now king e6. After of king g5, there is no way. Let's see. Um, king will go here. King h6, lose. Of course, this king will um, move away somewhere. Let's say king e7 for the opposition, and then let's say king h5, and then king here, unstoppable. Um, Win for black. So let's go, instead of going to king f7 after of king g5, let's go with king e5 opposition, king takes g6, king f4 trying to do something, then king h5. This is the ideal position to help the promoting pawn. So clear loss for white. So let's go back to our original position. So moving king b5 will give white a clear loss. Let's go with king b4. Same result. Why? After king f2, let's say, let's go move forward. Then king e3, king d5, king f4, king e6, and king g5. Same position what happened after we moved king b5 going here. Let's go back to our last square to draw the game, which is king to b3. And this is the only correct square to draw the game. How? Let's say king f2. Let's go with the usual movement of the king. King c2. Just imagine how white maneuvers the king. Let's say king f3, and then king d2. So this king will not oppose the king. The goal of this king is to move behind or at the back of this king, trying to oppose. So let's say king f4, king e2, king g5. Let's go with king f3, and now there you go. If king takes, king g4 opposition, there is no way for black to win this game. Let's continue. King f6, king f4 opposed. g5, king g3, king f5 opposed. In principle of endgame, if the king is right beside the pawn, it's a draw game. So let's say g4. Then let's try to go here. King g5. Since the king is at the back of the pawn, let's go king g2, king f4 oppose, g3, king g2 here, king g1. Let's say king h3, king h1. Of course, if you will move here, this is stalemate and draw game. That is how you draw this kind of tricky endgame.